Guys, you knew I had to check out this episode, Suga with Taehyun and Yeonjun of TXT. Suga is killing it with his show here, so let's get into this. There's the boy. I feel like I say that every time. There's the boy.
끼를 한껏 부렸네. 이 친구들이 드디어 나오네요. 마음이 참 좋습니다.
I'm excited for this one, guys. I'm excited for this one. So I know Yeonjun and Taehyun a bit. I've done some analysis on them. I feel like Taehyun is going to be turning that respect meter up to 1,000. I'm really interested to see that dynamic.
지금 만나러 갑니다. 투어바이 투게더.
Let's go.
안녕하십니까.
안녕하세요. 아유, 뭘 이렇게 많이 싸고 왔죠?
바리바리 싸들고 왔습니다.
Yeah, you got to give TXT their props, man. These guys are stars too. Something I've noticed about Suga is I've seen his playful side come out a lot more recently. I think this show is bringing out a playful side to him. See a lot of different sides to Suga on this show, and when he's with the younger when he's with the younger guys on the show, it feels like he taps into that sort of fatherly playfulness. Whoa, the TXT boys are tall, huh?
아니, 나 두 분의 앨범이 잘 돼가지고 마음이 좋아, 나도. 참 이 친구들이 그렇게 노력을 했던 것들이 이제 사람들이 알아봐 주는구나. 이런 게. 아니, 나는 곡 나왔을 때부터 너무 좋더라고. 그리고 나는 나오기 전에도 들어봤고.
Yeah, that's cool to hear from him, right? So Suga will like pay you these compliments. He's not always looking at you when he pays you these compliments, but they're certainly looking at him and taking it in seriously, right? Both Yeonjun and Taehyun, like they're really listening to him.
최소 연차 초동 더블 밀리언셀러
Wow.
입으로 듣기.
초동도 218만 장을 찍었다는데 나는 이거 어떤 느낌인지 너무 잘 아니까 이게 항상 이야기하지만 이 수치가 요렇게 갈 거라고 했던 거 그대로 가는데
그 상향되는 좋았죠. 3주 동안 되게 진짜 막참 멋져. 아까 저희 챌린지 했던 것처럼 그렇게 매일 같이 했는데 안 힘들더라고요.
그치, 잘 되면 뭐 안 졸리지. 그리고 이번에 인기가요에서
I think what we're seeing is some genuine excitement here. Like, I think Suga really likes interacting with people, especially people in the music world. And I think especially with younger people. I think he really thrives in this sort of older, younger, mentor-mentee dynamic. Not only from like a imparting wisdom perspective, but from a playfulness perspective. It really brings out that fun side in him.
저희 맨 처음에 형 콘서트 갔을 때 그때 형 오셨어요.
언제였지?
영포에 뭐
아, 한국에서 체조했을 때?
네, 맞아요.
그때는 울만했지.
맞아요. 아 근데 저도 보면서
Kind of making me tear up a little. Oh man, this is just giving me good feelings, this interview, this conversation. It's just making me feel really good, man. You know, you can just see the respect there. Taehyun especially, just the respect that you see and just the way he's looking and sort of hanging on to every word that Suga's saying. And it's just beautiful, right?
그치, 그게 어렵지. 그거에 대한 딜레마가 있지. 어쨌든 뭐 춤적인 것도 보여줘야 되고 퍼포먼스적인 막 여러 가지도 보여줘야 되는데 그거 진짜 어렵지.
그쵸.
그거는 진짜 좀 연차가 많이 쌓여야지. 우리도 그래서 그런 게 거의 없어. 쌓여진 쇼 같은 느낌으로 가는데 곡 수가 늘어나고 공연의 수가 늘어나면 퍼포먼스의 곡들이 좀 더 줄어들고 좀 자유롭게 할 수 있는 곡.
You can just see they're hanging on to his every word here. I'm just so happy that he gets to play this role, the teacher role. He's such a teacher, and he loves it.
클럽에서
클럽에서 공연해봤어?
진짜 그럼 클럽에서
200명 들어가는 클럽.
아 진짜요?
우리 일본 200명 클럽. 그래 나는 웬만한 베뉴의 공연장은 다 들어가고 가는 것도 이미 우리가 다 들어가 봤다는 거죠.
Started from the bottom. Man, this show is so well done too. Just shout out to the production of the show. It's giving you goosebumps, you know? What a show.
몇 년 차 때는 뭘 해야 되고 몇 년 차 때는 뭘 해야 되고 이때 1위를 해야 하고
이거는 사실 정해져 있는 게 아니고 그런 것들에 대해서 조금 이번 활동을 계기로 좀 편해졌으면 좋겠긴 해.
네.
좀 충분히 잘하고 있는데. 요즘 난리.
I like that, and I like how Suga makes it a point to try to help people take the pressure off themselves. I've noticed that's a common theme with him. I think that's something that Suga's really taken to heart and he's really learned in his career. The importance of not putting so much pressure on yourself.
난리 났어. 투모로우바이투 난리 났어.
Yeah, they're so flattered by his compliments in this interview. It's amazing. And he just like makes it his mission and his responsibility to impart his wisdom and experiences on others. If you're in Suga's inner circle, if you're in Suga's world, consider yourself lucky because he's looking after the people in his world and he's got so much good advice to give.
호시 선배님이랑
많이 먹었어 그때. 근데 저 잭다니엘 한 2병 먹었던 것 같아.
2병이요? 와,
호시는 기억이 안 나는데.
저 그럼 한 잔만 더 받겠습니다.
다 먹었어?
네. 저희가 위스키를 좋아해갖고.
저랑 연준이 형은 맨날 먹거든요.
He takes on those opportunities to get playful with his younger guests, right? And look how present Taehyun is in this interview. Taehyun's just taking it all in. It's the type of guy he is. He's just absorbing every moment. He absorbs it all, whether it's learning a new skill or whether he's performing or he's sitting down in a conversation. You feel his presence. He's like taking everything in. He's absorbing the interaction. It's almost like he appreciates and takes every single moment seriously. So you can see how much he respects Suga. Yeonjun respects Suga too. I could see Yeonjun's getting a little bit more introspective here. He's getting in his feelings a little bit here.
아니 근데 난 이제 내 첫인상을 못 들어봐가지고.
형님 첫인상이요? 솔직하게
말씀드려도 될까요?
이렇게.
저는 형이 어제 기분이 조금 안 좋으신 것 같아요.
근데 내 생김새가 그랬어.
근데
I think so many of us can relate to Yeonjun over here. That's how we feel when we first see Suga, right?
너무 근데 좀 중간에 한번 마음 따뜻했던 게 형이 한번 이제 치킨 먹으라고 야, 너희 치킨 좋아하냐? 이러고 들어왔다가 갖고 야 먹으라 이러고 딱 들어가셨었거든요.
See how locked in Suga was when he was listening to them talk about their first experience of him? When the conversation's about you, when it's relevant to you, we listen. We're engaged. We want to know more. That's just human nature.
좀 많이 그냥 갖다 줘 그냥 어디서 이제 보이면 그냥 사서 그냥 갖다 주고.
Yeah.
감사했어요.
워낙
진짜.
그때면 너도 10대 정도 아니었나?
저도 그때 고등학생이었고.
그러니까.
Yeah, that's just how Suga's mind operates, right? It's like this is the right thing to do, whether it's like buying something for someone
이제 보이면 그냥 사서 그냥 갖다 주고 그리고.
or I need to give you this advice because I know it's going to help you. Like, he doesn't overthink those things. He's very confident in a way about his beliefs. I think he's very in tune with what his principles are. And I think, you know, he just carries himself with a lot of integrity. And I think that's one of the reasons I think he's such a cool person. And a lot of people really look at him as this secure, protective kind of father figure. It's because he has those principles in line.
사람들이 이제 투모로우바이투게더 하면 방탄소년단, BTS의 동생. 뭐 그러면서 이제 많은 사람들이 쟤네들은 좋은 환경에서 이렇게 좋은 이렇게 시스템에서 일을 시작했겠네라고 하지만 나는 옆에서 봤던 사람 입장에서는 그렇지 않았고 항상 사람들이 비교를 우리랑 하니까.
그죠.
근데 나는 그 누구보다 투모로우바이투게더는 열정이 있고 열심히 하고 그렇게 봐왔기 때문에.
That's got to feel really good for those guys to hear. You know, it's just a real comfortable conversation over here.
13년째 지금 보고 계신 거예요.
그럼 아까도 저 위에 올라와가지고 이제 남준이랑 인사도 안 해 이제는. 뭐 이래 그냥. 근데 그게 너무 편한 거야.
That's it.
보다 오래 본.
That's it.
빤스만 입고 다니는 거 보는 거야 그냥. 근데 그러면 나는 오히려 또 다른 가족이 되지 않나. 그 가족이라는 개념이 바뀌는 순간이 올 거라고 생각해. 지금 너네가 겪고 있는.
Man, Suga loves giving advice, doesn't he? He loves it. If you ask Suga what his favorite pastimes are, it's producing music and giving advice. Dude loves it. Part of why I think he's so good at giving advice is because I've talked about this in the past, but he processes things really deeply, thinks deeply about things. So it's like he's experienced things times 10. He's really experienced it. Both how he feels it emotionally, how he intellectualizes it all, and he thinks about it, he processes it. I think he hones in on that thought and experience. And that's why that thought comes out with so much conviction.
전 태연이한테 사실 너무 고마웠던 게 제가 그것 때문에 한참 무기력하고 너무 힘들 때가 있었어요. 성공과 뭔가 잘해야 된다는 압박감에 되게 시달려 있었을 때 태연이가 저한테 저는 형 보고 간다고 이런 얘기를 해줬는데 그게 사실 너무 저한테 큰 힘이 사실 너무 고마운 게 많은 멤버죠. 지금 너무 잘하고 노래도
Yeonjun's getting in his feelings here, huh? Yeonjun's really getting in his feelings here. I'm sure Taehyun appreciates it. The disposition between Taehyun and Yeonjun is quite different. You know, Yeonjun's getting quite introspective and emotional. I think the drinks, the whiskey might be getting to him a little bit more. Taehyun is he's sort of remaining a little bit more aware of Suga and like trying to absorb the whole moment in the situation. But Yeonjun's kind of taking this as a bonding opportunity and an opportunity to really open up and let some of his thoughts come out here. It's cool that they feel comfortable, Taehyun and Yeonjun, opening up to Suga here. And I think Taehyun, for me, he's a guy that he just wants to prove to himself that he can do it, but also because he's such a respectful person, because I sense that he respects people so much, I think he wants that respect back, and he's always looking to elevate his game. He's just a doer, he's a goer, he's very, very motivated. And Yeonjun too, but Yeonjun's more of like a Michael Jordan competitor. I'm okay with kind of being in the spotlight. I like the spotlight. Yeah.
그러면 연진이 저 처음 왔을 때 딱 와갖고 이름이 뭐야 그래서 저 태현이 형 태현아 저기 종이 보여? 저 보고 와봐 이래요. 그래서 딱 보고 와요. 그러면은 1등 누구랑 됐어? 최현준. 그래서 다음 거 뭐 춤 1등 누구랑 됐어? 최현준. 그러면
See, there you go.
그게 형이야.
I like that. I like that fire in him. I like that competitiveness in him. It's hard to be both competitive and humble. It's a difficult balancing act. So it's like with Yeonjun, he's a competitor. He wants to win, you know? That's the sense you get from him. So if you have that like real kind of incredible drive to win, it's hard to also come back and say, no, I'm not going to say I'm not the best. I'm not the best, right?
1등을 그렇게 해본 게 처음이었어갖고 너무 사실 자랑스러웠어요.
Yeah, you're proud of yourself.
아 진짜요?
맨날 꼴찌하는데 안 잘리는 애로 되게.
그게 아니 그렇지만 않았을 거예요.
맨 밑에 민윤기가 적혀 있는데 얘는 안 잘려.
슈보 형도 연습생이었어.
맞아요.
김남준, 나, 신동혁 이 세 명이서 이제 항상 꼴찌를.
That's incredible, right? You gotta love the self-deprecation there, right?
취했나 봐. 진짜 노력도 재능이구나를 느끼게 해준 친구였고.
노력 재능이지.
네. 사실 제가 같은 멤버로서 같이 달려주는 멤버가 사실 너무 감사하고 고마운 거라 생각하거든요.
페이스메이트.
I wonder if Taehyun's like a little nervous about Yeonjun's drinking and talking in this manner. I feel like Taehyun's like, is he gonna embarrass us here? What's going on?
이제 어쨌든 뭐 그런 것들을 왜?
좀 취했어요. 그릇을 갖고 형만큼 노력하는 사람이 없다.
아니 그 싸형이 이야기를 하더라고. 와, 저 토너바이트 연습.
Incredible praise.
여기 다 알아본다니까. real recognize real.
그런 좀 저에 대한 칭찬들을 많이 해주시는데
Yeah, that's true.
저는
See, he's hesitating because he does know. He does know that he's got the skill and the talent. I think Yeonjun knows what he's capable of. He's got that it factor. He's Mr. Charisma. He's got it. He really does. He's trying to act humble, in my opinion. Listen, the guy deserves everything he has.
지민이 형 데뷔하고도 맨날 새벽에 나와서 연습했잖아요.
그래서
그래도 6시간씩 라이브 하고 있어.
그래서 저도 태현이 너무 감사했어요. 얘 오디션 볼 때만 해도 노래 할 줄 모르니까 옥타브 낮춰서 그냥 불러서 오디션 봤거든요. 이랬던 애인데
Yeonjun's funny here, right? He's just taking this opportunity to praise Taehyun. And where Taehyun's trying to like absorb Suga and take it all in. Right? Notice when Taehyun talks to Suga, he's like really maintaining eye contact with him too. He wants Suga to know that he respects him, but he also wants to absorb the entire experience.
아이 그럼 그게 경이로운 거지. 이런 식으로 와 경이로운 거지. 와 얘네들가 이렇게 되네.
사실 너무 감사한 마음이에요.
정말 최선을 다해서 열심히 하고 있기 때문에 그거를 이제 모아 분들이 알고 200만 장을 판매고가 나오는 과정인 건 거지.
근데 그게 진짜 너무
Incredible. I love it. And Suga's making it a point for them to know this. It's important for him to tell them this.
정말 최선을 다해서 열심히 하고 있기 때문에 그거를 이제
You can tell it's important for him to say that. It's important for him to let them know that.
알고 200만 장을 판매고가 나오는
호비 형이랑 지금도 연락하는데 연락하는 형이 3명 있어요. 형이랑 호비 형, 지민이 형 이렇게 연락하는데
지민이 연락하는구나. 내가 심심해서 그래. 심심한데 후배들이랑 좀 이야기 좀 해볼까?
그게 심심한 거 말고는 사실 형한테 너무 감사한 게 그렇게 챙겨주시는 형이
그러니까요 진짜
형밖에 없어요. 그냥 방송이라서가 아니라 형한테 사실 너무 감사해요.
Suga's funny when it comes to taking in compliments and praise. You know, sometimes he'll deflect it. You know, sometimes it feels like he sort of absorbs it. It's like he doesn't need them almost. It's like I know a lot of people say he's awkward about it, but I think he actually doesn't feel like he needs it to feel validated. Like he's, you know, comfortable with where he's at and knows himself so well. I think that might be part of it. Yeah, there is some awkwardness around certain compliments, but I also think there's a part of him at times, depending on the compliment, where it feels like he just doesn't need it, you know? It doesn't do anything for him.
그래서 너무 감사했어요. 그러니까 그랬었어요.
심심하다는 건 사실 농담이고 그냥 좀 우리는 선배가 없었잖아.
No, I think Suga appreciated that. I think Suga did really appreciate that. He took it in. He was listening to Yeonjun. He was like figuring out what was going on with him. He's like, what's up with this guy? But I think he appreciated it for sure. And then he changed his tone once he realized Yeonjun was being sincere.
그랬었어요.
심심하다는 건 사실 농담이고 그냥 좀
I was just kidding about being bored.
너무 힘들고 근데 우리는 물어볼 때도 없었고 2017년 처음으로 빌보드로 갔었고 첫 후배가 너네였고
네.
그래서 내가 안 챙겨주면 누가 챙겨주지라는 생각이 좀 많았었거든.
그러니까 진짜 사실 이런 선배님을
You see Yeonjun's face. Yeonjun's like, I love you. Like, that's the face. Like, I love you. You're so good to us.
그러니까
I love Suga, man. I love Suga. It's just as genuine as they come. Suga he experienced it all, right? He experienced it all. He said it himself. They didn't have anyone that they could ask for advice at the time.
너무 힘들고 근데 우리는 물어볼 때도 없었고
And Suga knows how hard it was firsthand. It's really incredible to think about what he's been through. So he's felt it, he's experienced it, and I think this is his way of giving back.
내가 안 챙겨주면 누가 챙겨주지라는 생각이 좀 많았어.
Not everyone gets that opportunity. So while I'm in this position, I'm going to give back.
사실 이런 선배님이 많이 없다고 생각해요. 그냥 찐으로 너무
True.
감사하고 형한테 네 그랬었어요. 너무 감동이었어요.
그 진짜 이 대인배라고 느껴지는 모먼트가 있잖아요. 취향이
Look at Suga's face here. Maybe that's sort of his way of like deflecting from taking in the praise, is kind of taking it in this like joking manner.
그 진짜 이 대인배라고 느껴지는 모먼트가 있잖아요. 취향이
See, they're like pouring their hearts out to him right now, talking about how much they admire and love him and how much they look up to him and want to be like him. And Suga's looking at the camera, like maybe this is just his way of taking it in, like I said. So they're just praising him, and this is Suga's way of kind of deflecting it, I think. But it's hilarious. He's being goofy.
근데 본인은 해주잖아요. 나도 저런 선배가 돼야겠다.
자, 형한테 진짜 너무 감사했어요. 항상 먼저 연락 주셨거든요.
그래 이제 나한테 돌려줄 필요는 없고
Right? He doesn't need it. He doesn't need it.
넘어가면
이게 진짜 말도 안 돼.
Yeah, like Taehyun is like overtaken by Suga's character over here.
후배들한테 이렇게 넘어
He's like, how are you this perfect, essentially?
이게 진짜 말도 안 돼.
This is unrealistic.
201이 5년 차 때 한다는 게 이게 대단한 거야 진짜.
그래서 사실 형들 너무 리스펙하는 점이긴 해요.
진짜.
이게
Thank God for the alcohol here. This is actually hilarious. Yeonjun just going forward, going hard on the compliments.
너무 리스펙하는 점이긴 해요.
진짜.
This is one of my favorite things, is when Suga's trying to deflect from the compliments, but people are just going forward regardless. We're going to continue praising you, whether you like it or not.
해주셨기 때문에 저희가 잘했다고 생각 안 하고 사실
너네가 잘했다고 생각해야 돼. 아무도 거기서 비난할
사실 그렇게 말씀해 주시면 너무 감사하지만
그래,
저희는 저희 위치에서 최선을 다했고 사실 저희는 사실 모아분들 아니면은
Yeah, I think Suga's like consciously trying to bring out like a more playful side to this conversation. Like, of course, yeah, of course. Like he's almost not taking it fully seriously because of Yeonjun's state, maybe. Suga's trying, like there's a balancing act here. He's like, of course, fans are the backbone of K-pop. Like he's imparting his wisdom in a sincere way, but he's also sort of like keeping an eye on the conversation and realizing that like Yeonjun in particular is getting a little drunk here.
이거 들으면 색 바꿀 수 있다고.
진짜 그냥 하는 말이 아니라 진짜 저는 모아분들 아니면 진짜 아무것도 아니야.
Again, here he goes.
나도 암이 없으면 아무것도 아니야.
제가 정말
이건
진심이거든요.
Yeah, Yeonjun's losing it at this point. Yeonjun's ready to pass out. We need to get this dude home. This dude needs to be tucked into bed.
잠깐 얘기하는 기회 한 번 주세요. 근데 저는 그냥 이 모든 게 진짜 진심이라고 생각해요.
진심이지 당연히. 진심이지.
전 이런 거에 대해서 너무 감사하게 생각.
Yeonjun's he's a little bit out of it, and I wonder if Taehyun's like a little embarrassed. We were in the presence of greatness over here. Come on, man. I wouldn't be surprised to hear if Taehyun kind of gave Yeonjun shit, you know? But Suga's taking this in stride. Suga's taking this really well. I think he's just enjoying the fact that Yeonjun's a little tipsy over here.
그때쯤에 저와 저희 멤버들을 한번 보고 싶어요.
우리가 10주년이거든.
너무 잘해주고 있을 거란 확신이 있고
당연 잘하겠지.
그리고 그런 멤버들을 제가 타임머신 타고 보고 왔을 때 되게
Yeah, and like Taehyun's making a real effort to get deep here with Suga and like let him in. You can tell like Taehyun really wants to bond with Suga. He wants Suga to listen to him. He wants to be listened and respected by Suga. That's the vibe that I'm getting.
저는 제 중딩 때로 좀 돌아가고 싶어요.
중딩 때?
저의 비전 이런 거랑 상관없이 그냥 중딩 때 제 친구들과 나눴던 기억이 너무 좋았어요.
And listen, when you get drunk, it can't dismiss what people say entirely just because they're a little drunk. You know what I mean? I mean, a lot of the times, some truths that you're a little more hesitant to share when you're sober come out when you're drunk. So
그렇습니다.
that's it.
자, 슈타 마지막.
He needs to go home.
우리 투모로우바이투게더 최종 꿈이 뭡니까?
형 사인이 원래 이렇게 복잡했었나? 이거 연준이 형 사인이 아닌데.
나 모르겠다. 어우, 너무 죽었다.
네, 많이 마셨어요 오늘.
키트.
I think Taehyun, I don't know actually how upset Taehyun is with Yeonjun. I think Taehyun's doing a good job of just kind of canceling him out and just focusing in on this moment. I don't think he's necessarily like disappointed or hard on Yeonjun over here.
아, 영준이는 진짜.
형 괜찮아요.
너 안 괜찮아.
You're not fine.
좀 먹어. 좀 먹어.
또 주시면 더 감사합니다. 안녕.
Oh man. You know, Taehyun and Yeonjun, I'm cheering for those guys. I'm cheering for TXT. I think what I've learned here is these guys are incredibly, incredibly hard workers, and just hearing it from Suga as well reinforces that. So another great episode. Guys, if you want to watch my uncut reaction and analysis, all you need to do is go to my Patreon link below. Other than that, my name is Max. I will catch you soon. Peace.